Do you suffer from hand and wrist pain? This is a simple, easy self-massage that you'll be able to do to start getting more range of motion, reduce your pain and inflammation, and have more healing in those areas that are affecting you. So, rule of thumb, almost every downriver problem comes from an upriver issue, right? So if we put poison in the stream upriver, the fish downriver are going to be affected. So if we're looking at wrist pain, I like to start at the next joint up. What's going on with the elbow, the forearm, and then through the wrist to the other attachment point. Almost as if the wrist was the middle of a seesaw, it's the fulcrum. There's going to be areas of effect on one side and areas of effect on the other side. So starting up at the elbow, I like to come in from the inside of the elbow and start giving a little push in to all the tissues in that area. I like to be able to try to keep my hand and arm as relaxed as possible. Going in, I'm going to basically make a line down the center of our wrist, and we're going to stay on the inside area of it for right now. We want to give a compression to all of those tissues all the way down, on the top surface, on the side, as well as pinching from the bottom and getting the bottom. If you want to do both sides at the same time and pinch and squeeze, that's fine as well. After we go through the series of compression, we're going to go through an elongation series. So we can pinch and squeeze or press and squeeze, but we're going to pinch, squeeze, and move. Pinch, squeeze, roll. Pinch, squeeze, roll. Always going from the body away towards the wrist. Reason for this, we have muscle tension bound up here. We have too much tension pulling from here. All the slack is bound up here. And we want to move the slack from the area of excess to the area of deficiency and allow there to be more slack so there's more range of motion. So we're going to squeeze and slide, squeeze and slide, squeeze and slide. Now you don't need to squeeze until your fingers touch. Just get a compression onto those tissues, squeeze them down, slide towards that hand, release, and redo. Make sure you get everywhere. Don't go like this and do it 3 times. Try to make a continuous line of where your finger left off. It goes to the next segment. Pressing and pushing, pressing and pushing. And finally, we're going to do some cross fiber as well. So as we come in, we're going to come in and go back and forth. If you want to lay that hand down, press in and go back and forth on it. Go in, back and forth, in, back and forth. You may even want to do a 4th pass through while we go through and move the wrist as well as we squeeze and compress, allowing those tissues to slide and glide in all of their different directions. Move the hand in different ways. Circles one way, circles the other, move to the next segment. And this will really allow you to get to all the different areas, different angles of the muscle, different sides of the fibers, and allow them to be able to slide and glide the way that they're supposed to be. Now, remember, we don't have just one side, so we also want to turn the hand over and do the other side from the line to the outside, usually the tan side of our body. And same thing, we're going to compress first, compress and slide seconds, compress and cross fiber back and forth. Really trying to get in between and separate those fibers a little bit. Rolling and grinding over them. Feel the bumps, feel the sinews, the grittiness. You want to try to break through and rub and pay attention to each of those. And then also compress and slide and glide by letting those tissues move. And again, move the hand in every different direction you can. Work yourself all the way down until you hit the wrist with that as well. And now the same thing is going to go into effect for the hands. We want to do the area from the wrist up until the mid-palm area, especially around the thumb, where all those connective tissues also affect, because when I squeeze my hand, the muscles down here are pulling. So we want to make sure we cross that joint. Same rule applies, right? We're going to compress first, compress and slide, compress and cross fiber, compress and mobilize are our 4 movements that we're going to go through. We're going to do that on all the aspects of the hands. Whole process shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. Make sure that you're thorough and you don't miss a spot. You want to give all those areas some love and attention. Don't pinch, pinch, and pinch. Be like, I did it in 3. I'm extra good. Spend the extra time, the extra quality, and give yourself what you deserve, which means good, healthy wrists, freedom of range of motion, and ability to live the life that you want. Enjoy.